Tonight on RGB, we find out who got in the news. We see a celeb's fashion evolution. And we talk with the guy who made Black Brain. Irelkoboza ibuyile kwakhona sifuna ukubona ba superstars zasemzansi zenza ntoni na. Igama lami nguDonovan Goliath, and next to me his favorite woman crush Wednesday yenu uSnazo Yolo. Njani sis?
Oh bhuti wami ndiyabulela ngamazwi amnandi man, ndiyabulala ke nakune emakhaya ngohlala nikhetha ikhaya losaziwayo into your home every single week. Igama lami nguSnazo Yolo, utshile ke ubhuti yazi izolo ibi World AIDS Day, and even though management of the disease has improved vastly, our transmission rates, especially apha eAfrica, yay, kusenzima kakhulu man in comparison to the rest of the world. Prevention is better than cure, and since i-cure singekabi nayo, ndiyacela bantu use protection and test regularly.
Now today also happens to be the International Day for the Abolition of Slavery. Now slavery comes in many forms these days, like child labor, human trafficking, and even forced marriage, and even more recently, migrant slave trade in Libya in a whole 2017, guys. Now if you suspect anybody is being held against their wishes, please contact the authorities ASAP. Whew! Masiyekeni uba serious man, singene kumgosi wale veki.
Usamkelo Ndlovu broke the news of her impending bundle of joy with social media ngefoto yomkhaba wakhe ozotywe in Yoruba art. Akukacaci ke uba ngubani ozobhatala inhlawulo okanye ilobolo, kodwa thina sithi apha kuRekoboza halala halala.
Umshoza ugcwele wade wachitheke ngale ndoda yakhe uThuthukani Mvula, and has even shared details of how she wakes up early to perform her makoti duties for elders after her traditional wedding last weekend. Now Umshoza has also shared that even though her husband is very traditional, he still makes allowances for her, as of course he married Ichi's girl. Hopefully this marriage will stick better than her last one, and having another 2 wives to help with Mvula should make for a lighter wife load.
Abanye abantu abazimisele uzimanya ngeqhina lomtshato akhaya Mthethwa and former Miss SA Ntando Kunene. Ukhaya uzama kwesithathu ke after failed relationships with Jessica Nkosi and Nomzama Mbatha. Masithembe uba 3rd time's a charm Khaya, because there are so few women left kule level odlala kuyo bhuti.
Cheers, man. Now on to another artist making headlines for different reasons. Ufifi Cooper's row with her former record label has gone all the way to the High Court, where the judge found in Ambitious Entertainment's favor and banned Miss Cooper from performing any songs created while signed to the label, and even ordered she pay the record label lawyer fees. Now Ambitious posted the court order on their social media pages to celebrate, while Miss Cooper said to be focusing on getting appearance fees and working on her new album. This is a lesson to all artists out there. Funda i-contract yakho, otherwise bazokhupha. Good news for all lovers of local beauty, as our very own Demi-Lee Nell Peters wangenile phaku Miss Universe, winning the crown in Las Vegas. The 22-year-old outshone the 91 other contestants and edged out Miss Jamaica and Miss Colombia to win the crown and make us all proud. Now let's take a look at this moment that was celebrated by everyone in the universe.
The new Miss Universe is South Africa. Take your first walk as Miss.
Look, not everybody was celebrating a success, however, as local Twitter Grinch Untsiki Mazwai pointed out that she felt Miss Jamaica deserved to win, as her dark skin and afro better showcased African beauty, which is often overlooked. Nice to see some people can always find negative in the positive, but hey.
Yes, Dono, Untsiki uzoxola once we get the land back. Until then, myekeni. When it comes to taking people's opinions and telling them what to do with them, umntu on a black belt Golondo is producer Sipho Saifo Ngwenya. Uphendule abantu ku social media about his new love, Amira, after moving on from a 10-year relationship. 10 years ehleli noHulisani Ravele with the kind of cool and calm that makes legends. Uthulisa ifan ngelithi, please don't be rude, my sister. Let me live. Focus akobakho bome and I will do mine. No wonder Amira caught them feels. Saifo's got more game than a toy store.
Cheers, Saifo.
Publicity stunts seem to be the flavor of the month. Nanko Prince KB ezifaka chwa phakathi after he trended for sharing a story of what his mother said to him after asking to see his member. And the only way your mother should be looking at that part of you when you're a grown man is if she catches you up to no good. Any other explanation is just plain weird and screams publicity stuff.
Lastly, Mafiki Zolo finally dropped their long-awaited studio album 3 months late. I mean, we can't blame them, as for the last 20 years, they have been rocking us non-stop, and their latest is proof that they are still Africa's top pop group. Go out and get your copy now. Okanye uzophoswa kule sama.
Now that's all you needed to know to stay in the know with this week's news headlines. Phela ngendaba. Now when it comes to blossoming, zininzi gqithi indlela osaziwayo show their maturity.
Now, fashion has to be the easiest one to track, and with our new feature, Fashion Evolution, we do it for you. Here's a look at how Bonang became the style star we all know and love, and the looks that gave her that reputation.
When Bonang Mateba hit the entertainment scene co-hosting SABC1's Friday night music show live in 2007, she became a fan favorite. But before she became an unstoppable style star, your girl B used to keep her look very simple. Well, that was before the face beat and eyebrows on fleek, darling. Remember when she was dating Slicker? And we also cannot forget her style during that euphonic phase. I'm glad she's over that one. Let's just say if fashion sense yakhe was not always on point. But hey, nathi man, we have those outfits. Simane sizijonga siqonda, oh, I want bandancinga ntoni pha. Oh, asoze sizilibale as our weaves honey and trolls dissing her about her non-existent hairline on Twitter. Well, ixesha le trolls ebengenazo, and she listened to the fashion gods and started serving all of us high fashion. More girl style did 180 degrees, and she started becoming a cover girl as well as working with designer Gert Johan Kutia Ari Tatamola. She went from not to smoking hot. The star's gradual evolution shows that change is good, and gone are the days when Waikate enxiba those pink tutu dresses. Her tendency to stick to fashion and beauty looks that work for her prove once again that she has a clearly defined sense of style. Bonang Mateba has never been afraid to make a statement on the red carpet, whether she's wearing a sexy little dress picked out for her by her New York-based stylist or going big for red carpet events in couture by her favorite local designer, Gert Johan Kutia. She is not only gorgeous from head to toe, but we are certainly crushing on her style now. When it comes to her style, Mogel has really stepped into her element. Now your girl B is dressed in designer pieces from all over the world that we all want for our wardrobe. Bonang is now SA's epitome of style and indeed a style icon.
No kidding, Queen B. You have had more great looks than the average red carpet sees its whole lifetime. Yazi, whenever I see a great outfit, mandivele ndikhale.
Please don't be thirsty, Puti. Nalithuba lokroba ewardrobe yakho ujonge ubungazama nawe okanye ujonge efrijini if you're feeling a little bit peckish. Nazi advertisers irekopoza izabuya ngongoko.
Coming up, we take a seat and dine out with celebrities, and we go glam in the Champagne Garden with Mulisa.
Ikhaya losaziwayo nomgoso balandelayo libuyile for more celeb spotting right from the comfort of your couch.
Now, one of the most popular places to be seen at or spot some of your favorite celebs is Tasha's Rosebank, and baba celebs as ninzi kwi-relaunch yabo. Now, RGB was on the prowl to see how celebs deal with people who stick them with a huge bill. Here's what happened while celebs were enjoying a night out of bubbles and good food.
One thing I've always wanted in a menu is champagne.
I really enjoy my prawns.
Let me see, when was I last picked up in a restaurant? This one afternoon, I went there with my friends, and then I was like, I got a message from a waiter like that guy wants your number. I'm thinking, no.
Yes, I have been picked up in a restaurant by my husband.
Being picked at a restaurant, that doesn't happen. Friends who order expensive things when I'm paying. Well, I guess if I offered, it's just about living up to the offer.
Order as much as you want because chances are you're the one who's paying the bill.
I never tell them in the beginning.
I buzz them off, like I would sit you down and tell you that, Miguel, I said that.
How do I deal with people who run out and not pay their bill? I will not invite people who did not pay for their bill.
You know, it's always a pleasure, my friends. Dark and dive. I mean, you know, here I am. Let me pick it up. What can I do?
Oh, I pay if I'm feeling generous.
When it comes to tipping, what I tip for and how much I tip, if I get good service, then that person, I might even tip more than what the bill costs.
If the service was bad, I don't tip.
If the service is good, I tip more than 10%.
I always think that if you feel good, that's already a reason to tip.
Have I ever paid for someone else's bill? No.
I don't carry a credit card.
You do your checklist. You can remember what you had, you know, when you started.
It's to ask them to pay for their share.
When was the last time I got offered a bottle from someone? It happens quite often, so yes, thank you very much.
About 3 weeks ago,
It was a couple. Think Verve.
The last time someone bought me a bottle of champagne was last night.
Yesterday?
Yeni nani inyani xa ithethwa, one of the perks of being famous is getting free stuff even when you can afford it. Niboyibuza kum kumnandi man. Yazi Donovan, the only time it's acceptable to say no to free champagne, darling, kuxa ungcwatywa ne uvalwa ikasket yakho ungabi nayo nechance yokuthi yes please.
Now, speaking of champagne, darling Sinazo, the good people at Sohosan know this fact well and use the common need for free bubbly to get some celebs to the launch of their champagne garden. Here's a look at the truths that popped out along with the corks.
Have you had a glass of champagne, babes? 1, 2, 3, how many?
I've had a glass of 7.
Of course I've had a glass of champagne.
I have already.
If you could name a champagne, what would you name it?
Vanilla Black. I'd name it OMG because it's my initials.
I think I'd give it my surname, so I'd call it a Cinevasan Brut.
I'll name it Brigitte.
Now, how do you classify people that only drink champagne?
Bougie.
It's people who actually have the spirit to dare and experiment, you know?
You know, I think that champagne should be drunk every day.
How do you feel about those people that always want to drink champagne in the VIP but never want to buy it?
I'm indifferent. I can't say I care. You're riding on a wave.
Like, what are you doing in the VIP then? You need to be out there with the masses.
Being there up until a point, people don't really notice what you're leeching, but keep on doing it.
And what is the one thing that you'll never do with champagne?
Promote it to the kids.
I'll never drop it down the drain.
Like spill it. You know the people who shake it and pop it?
And what is the one thing that you've always wanted to do with champagne?
Pour it down someone else's drain.
Bath in it, darling. Just like Beyonce.
I want to be that rich. I want to bathe in champagne. Yeah, I think Penang bathes in champagne. B, call me.
Please spell champagne for me.
CHAMPAGNE.
CHAMPGNE, I think.
I'm not going to do that. I can't spell champagne off the top of my head. I can write it. I can type it with autocorrect.
Okay, give it a try.
No thanks.
I'll give you a clue. CHAMP.
No.
Andazi babantu balibhala njani igama kakuhle xa kuthiwa spell it abhinge ink uyaxakeka umntu. That is a surefire way to embarrass yourself. Cat, darling, next time stick to the good functions.
Ha, ingudi yonke mfondini. Now it's time to let the blessers that make this show possible have their chance to speak. Irel Kopoza will be back shortly. After the break, we catch up with the man behind Black Brains, Mandla N. You don't want to miss this. The Real Kopoza, the continent's gossip leader, has returned to give you so much new gossip on your favorite celeb you would think you are reading their diary.
Namhlanje on the seat of superstars in Patele Indoda, who shines in so many different parts of the entertainment industry. Ungatu Tsimba, he runs Lewe. Here to share how one man can be a talented musician, an incredible writer, a media mogul, and a loving dad. RGB is proud to welcome Mandla N.
Oh, man. Wow. Thank you very much for that intro.
I
was not ready for that.
Screaming in the background.
No need for it, right? You just need us.
Oh, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's good to be here.
But the first thing that I want to know, as a music lover and a fan of Gang of Instrumentals, or what are you on hiatus in his opinion? What are what?
No, basically you must understand, with music has got its own time, and that's why from a Gang of Instrumentals point of view, the two guys are doing their solo project and I'm focusing on the TV. That's keeping me heavily busy, you understand, and obviously just running Black Brain and the whole directing side of things. But you never know with music. With music, people obviously, get back to it's the music business. It's unpredictable.
In fact, you are a complete jack of all trades. What is jack of all trades in this class?
Yo.
Mr. Jack Yongindo.
You've done. He's superseded that multi-potentialite level.
Oh,
we'll explain that word to you afterwards.
That's what we like to have here on the show. I think it was the multi-potentialite.
Okay.
Like, what has been your favorite project thus far?
Favorite project thus far has to be the first season of City Sesla. I was young, from college, had just written that with the guys, and after the third episode, it became the highest watched. And you must understand, growing up in Soweto, I had been preparing for this show my whole life, so this was the biggest break, you understand? And then obviously when we got that break, it wasn't about the money, it wasn't about the ARs, it wasn't about anything, but just to showcase the art and to tell the world, this is Mandla N and this is what I'm about. And hey, man, it's benefited me this.
I love it.
We were watching as well.
Thank you very much, man.
Actually, speaking of City Sesla, character yako.
Timbana, the Timbana.
Utemba, no. Ndisakhumbula nophumzile wakhe, but askho lapho. Tell us a little bit about how different or how similar Mandla is to Utemba.
Geez, obviously Mandla is different. Mandla is a go-getter. Mandla knows what, obviously, I'd like to think I know what I want, and I'm passionate, I make decisions, you understand? And then obviously, Timbani, the Timbanator, you understand, he's run by his woman, His woman is basically going, okay, cool, you know what, we are moving there. This is what's happening. This is what you need to do. And I think, the similarities, I'd say, it's the compassion, you know what I'm saying? Temba is compassionate. No matter how much Pumzile gets on his head, he's able to go, you know what, this is the love of my life. And that's all that matters.
I've always wondered how that relationship survived.
Yeah. And remember, there's a whole lot of relationships like that,
This is true.
Yeah?
This is true. This
is absolutely true. I want to know how you do it, man, because you obviously play the Timbanator.
Yes.
And you direct the show as well.
Yes. I think I've got a great team, first of all. Obviously my camera department, the script guys and everything, they obviously pull through, but I understand, I've been doing sitcoms pretty much, for a very long time, 14 to 15 years to be exact. So I understand every single angle, every single shot, all of that stuff. So even when I'm acting, I know exactly that camera 3 has to get me on a wide, so that when I turn around, camera 2 has got me in a close-up, and it's kind of become second nature, It's something that you do on a daily basis.
Tell us about what it's like, the pressure of dating or being married when you are staring and in the spotlight.
Oh, right. You know what it is. First of all, when you are in the spotlight, there's a lot of attention on you. You understand?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of eyes on you. There's a lot of girls obviously wanting to send you stuff. You're all over social media.
Send what stuff, Mandla?
They send everything, brother. You know that very well.
I know nothing. I know nothing of this nature.
No, nothing
you speak
of this nature.
They send everything: 3 months bank statement, certified copies of their IDs.
And those are the pressures of being on spotlight, you understand? Because obviously all the time, you know, you need to kind of constantly stay grounded, constantly, you know, push those demons away and make sure that, you know, you don't get caught up in the hype or caught up in the limelight, because this is it's a different world, you know what I'm saying? We're not like, obviously, you know, where you can go out to a club, drink, relax, have a great time, this you are lash. You understand? We can't do that. We've got a huge responsibility. Or but when Mandla and you lash, that little kid is going to be like, that was my role model, and he went from hero to
2-0.
Let's get straight into the hard questions, because this is the home of...
I think I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that, yeah.
Straight in, between when and
you know what it is, you know, I've been in the media for, you know, geez, the past 3 weeks, you know, people are like, you know, you need lawsuits of 2,500, 2 million, 3.5. I think it goes up and down with inflation. I don't know. You understand, you know? And what it is, you know, the business is taking, obviously, a different route. You understand? So, obviously, it's just a matter of, you know, she's focusing on her music, and I'm focusing on the TV side and growing that entire thing, you know? And, you know, it's always great, you know, to keep things private, especially to protect the kids, to protect the families, to protect abantu basemakhaya. They're like, yo, what is actually happening there? You understand? But at this point in time, you know, we're just basically taking it a day at a time and seeing how we can just kind of reach a common cause in terms of settlement.
Image, we read in a certain tabloid, uba kukho imali engange 2 million.
That's what I'm saying.
Ku Black Brain Pictures. Bathi kwa abantu bebebhalisa story ingathi ngudumo ithathele. And this is all allegedly. We've got footage, we've got evidence. What is your understanding of that situation?
As you know, in terms of the media, you know, the media writes pretty much everything, and it's always sources, this source, that source, that source, that source. And obviously, they have to sell papers. And right now, you know, I've got a huge show on the other side, and I'm the perfect candidate to basically sell those papers. So obviously, you know, for us right now, I mean, I don't know anything about that. Last time it was 3.5 million. I'm thinking, geez, where do I get so much money? You understand? I mean, this is really proper. But on our side, you know, as a business, we are moving as a business, and obviously she's moving as a solo artist, and we basically just finding a common ground in terms of how everything is going to work moving forth.
Okay, ndicela the account of Black Brain is right? According to bank statements zakho,
no. Black Brain accounts are all right, and you must understand, you know, we work with really professional accountants.
Let's loosen the handcuffs.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Breathe. What are you working on now, bro?
Okay, right now, you know, I've been, Black Brain has been really, really blessed. You know, we're working on 52 episodes of S12 that's coming up. So obviously we'll be seeing a lot of you. We'll be seeing a lot of you. And Tandaga's Diary is coming back, so we'll be seeing a lot of you. You know, we've got 26 episodes of that. You know, I've just got a big drama that's coming up. It's a 4-part series, you know, for SABC 1. So thank God, you know, I'll be showcasing, you know, some of my skills on, you know, Sunday SABC 1 slot. You know, it's a drama. And then I've got, you know, 2 other dramas.
All right, again. I always imagine that the hardest part of being in a power couple is deciding power between the two of you. Sometimes it can be shared equally, but you always believe that if you and your partner want the same thing, this is the perfect balance when you are working for it. Kodwa it's the perfect disaster if you both won't share it.
Unlike us. Now, we won't break up with you if you share or even overshare with us, and you can do it by using your hashtag #RealGoboza, and dropping some of that pricey data bundle on our Instagram, net Twitter feed, @official RGB, or Facebook, official Real Goboza.
Okanye wena sebenzisa nje megabytes nezi gigabytes ku personal pages, mna ndikhona kusinazo yora. You can find my handsome co-host at Donovan Goliath. So asizo bricklayers tina, but we do have to closure everybody right now. Mwah, good night.
Sure.